Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Huawei P30 smartphone, and I'm going to be reviewing the cell phone after a whole year of using it. I'm reviewing it in the perspective of someone who has been using the smartphone for a long time. There are a lot of new smartphones that have been released and produced over the period of this time. You have the P40 Lite now, but I'm just gonna tell you a few reasons of why you might, if you know that you cannot afford the P40 Lite, why it would be a good idea for you to just purchase for you the P30 Lite. Let's get straight to the video without wasting any time. At the moment, you can find the Huawei P30 Lite for 6,699 rands from Takealot, for example. But also, if you realize that you don't have cash to actually buy it at that moment, you can still get it on contract. For example, at Vodacom, you can get it at 250 rands, and you can also get it for 300 rands on contract. So you can get it on Takealot at 6,699, and the link in the description below. And the prices that you're gonna see there are always updated with time. At that amount, there are other smartphones that you can also get, but the experience is not gonna be the same as the one that I've had for all this time with the Huawei P30 Lite. So it comes with a very good loudspeaker, but the only problem is the same problem that you may find in all speakers that are facing down. There are times you have to guard the sound so that it doesn't spread all around the place, but it's actually very, very loud. And also another thing that it comes with is the 3.5mm headphone jack, and although it comes with it, it also allows and supports wireless headphones and wireless earbuds. And also it comes with a USB-C cable so that it protects your charger and your cable doesn't get broken when you are turning it the other way or the other way. And this USB cable, it's able to support up to 18 watts of fast charging, which means in about 1 hour it's gonna be filled. It's actually powering up a 3,340 milliamps battery, which if you're not a person who uses a cell phone throughout the whole day, going through social media and doing other things like playing games, this battery can take you out for like over 8 hours in your day. But if you're a person who is mostly on social media and maybe you are watching videos and playing games, it's not gonna last at all. And that's how it has been for me. So it comes in 3 different colors, which is peacock blue, the one that you're looking at now, midnight black, and pearl white. And as you can see, it has a fingerprint reader, which is a rear fingerprint sensor, which is quite very fast. And as you're looking at the metal that is used on the back of the smartphone, one thing that I'd like you to acknowledge is that it picks up a lot of fingerprints. As a result, you might always want to use a cover to protect it from that. You have 2 versions of the Huawei P30 Lite. There's a Huawei P30 Lite that is going to come with 48 megapixels, 8 megapixels, and 2 megapixels rear cameras. And then there's the one that is going to come with 22 megapixels, 8 megapixels, and 2 megapixels. So this one that you're looking at now, it has 24 megapixels and 8 megapixels and 2 megapixels. The cameras are not that great. That one I can tell. At the same time, it's a light version of a smartphone, so that much is not expected of a cell phone of this weight. Another thing that is good about these cameras is that you have an 8 megapixels 17mm ultra wide lens. Now the problem with it is that the moment you start using it, you lose stability if you are recording a video with it, and also you lose colors. The colors start becoming desaturated if you're using it to take pictures. So it's not great at all, the wide lens. You can only use it if you are using video, if you have a stabilizer or at least a gimbal for a smartphone. For example, the Osmo Mobile 3 or the Osmo Mobile 2. It also has a flashlight, obviously, as you can see there. The power button and also the volume up and down buttons, they are actually placed quite very well. And as you know, you can use them for a screenshot. The power button can also be used to launch Google Assistant, and also it can be used to turn off the smartphone, obviously. So what I want you to acknowledge is how much fingerprints this smartphone can actually pick up. So I don't know how many times have I actually cleaned the screen now, but so many times. So now you're looking at the front facing camera right there, and also the screen as well. So the front facing camera is a 32 megapixels camera. While talking about the front facing camera, another thing that you have to know that is actually great about the smartphone, it's fast facial recognition. It's so fast that the moment you take your cell phone and you open it, it's able to just open, and you just have to slide it up. The problem with it is that because it's using the front-facing camera, obviously, and the front-facing camera is not that great. So in very low light conditions, it's going to struggle a lot, because the night photography and videography of the front-facing camera is terrible, just like the 32 megapixels selfie camera that is here. But at the same time, it's a very, very strong and very fast facial recognition camera. But if you realize that you are in a place where you are not able to use the front-facing camera, you can simply use your fingerprint, which is the fastest of the two. Within a second, it's opened your smartphone. For example, this is my finger, and now it's locked, and let's do this. Exactly, let's do it again. Exactly, again. As you can see, it's very fast. The screen, it can support up to full HD resolution, which is 1080p. And it has one of the best colors on a screen that you can see. At the same time, sometimes it's a problem because it can automatically turn the white balance of the screen, and it starts looking cold, and at times it begins to look a bit warm, and there are not settings that are there that you can use to actually turn that off. And another thing that I hate is at times it can simply brighten up the screen, and at times it can simply make it a little bit dim. Now, as much as the cell phone can be as crappy as it is at times, it's still one of the best smartphones to have in hand. Its weight, it's as light as the word itself, and as much as it can pick up the fingerprints, there's always cases for that. And also, I am a person who doesn't love using those glass screen protectors for my cell phone, because I love to see it at the resolution that it actually came in with, and that's actually most of the time paying very well. So another thing that I wanted to specify here was actually the software that is in it. So as you know, the Google and Huawei relationship has actually ended about a year now, if not more. And as much as it has, you have here what is Huawei and their new OS. So it's Harmony OS, and you also have their user interface, which is the EMUI. So the way it is able to make a cell phone as nice to use as an Android smartphone, it's actually amazing. But now my own smartphone is actually running at EMUI. It's EMUI 10.0 version, and also Android 10, because this is the Huawei P30 Lite. So when the ban was happening, it was still going to get the update. But that's the last update of Android that I'm going to be able to get. But the EMUI updates are still some things that I'm going to be able to receive. So it's now running on Android 10 and EMUI 10, and it's running on 4 gigs of 4 gigabyte of RAM, which makes the smartphone quite very powerful. As such, I am able to peacefully run apps like Lightroom for editing my pictures. This is my Lightroom for editing pictures, and also Photoshop, and also KineMaster. This is the KineMaster that I'm using, and it's the one that actually helps me to be able to make the videos that you are actually watching now. So I edited the smartphone, and here some apps and it's running very well. So it is a strong smartphone, although it's actually crappy at most other things. So that's gonna be my review of the Huawei P30. Oh, another thing that I can add is that it's actually a very strong smartphone. As a result, yeah, I have actually dropped it quite a lot of times, but it hasn't cracked at all. It hasn't cracked at all. And it's quite expensive for other people, but for the value that you're actually getting, I believe it's a good deal for the Huawei P30 Lite. So that's gonna be my review of the smartphone, and if you liked it, please like the video and don't forget to subscribe.